What's cracking, guys? Welcome back to Clash with Barndo. Today all round was a pretty quiet day for me. We had a feeder war finish up, which was always fun, getting your low bases and your low attacks out. One day I guess I'll put a few replays on, but I mean, most of the stuff we do is stuff that we would do in the main clan anyway. But today I think what I might do is a little bit of a chat about our clan and also how we've built our roster, I guess you would say. And now you're finding with Town Hall 11, you're getting a lot of people rushing from Town Hall 10 to 11. So you're seeing people grabbing that warden, getting a very little, if any, increase to the value of their base, and then getting those kinds of attack advantages. So what I'll do is I'll show our last war and our lineup, and explain quite a few things through how we do that. So for us, we've always been a fairly small niche clan, 25 to 30s. 35 is always my aim, but we just sort of, it's hard to get those people. And I had hoped that getting exposure in YouTube would increase our clan as a whole, for both the guys having a look and seeing, every war, if they spend 5 or 10 minutes watching it, and then sort of seeing a few good attacks and improving from there, but also getting our name out there. We've slowly evolved as a clan. I'll just, quick thing there. Over the last 6 to 12 months, it's been a really good 2015 clash-wise, and we've progressed into a clan now that we've got a war log that's at 90%. So we have got losses, we do have failed raids. I show those in my YouTube. I'm quite prepared to own up that I'm not the best player in the world, but we're not bad, we do offer a competitive team, a competitive group, and we love to have a crack. If we're going to win, we'll give it our best, and if we lose, we, gob it on the chin and get into our next war. But, yeah, I mean, our war lineup is pretty different. It's not your standard lineup, so we've got only 2 11s on this list. We do have other 11s that are currently out, but we have got quite a few Town Hall 10s if you look at this list. So Boobs has come into the play. That was Susie before she retired and gave the account to one of our guys. Jayco sits out quite often for his heroes upgrading. Hoff's a funny guy, bit of a sick bugger, but yeah, he will work a 2 and 2 roster similar to what I actually work in mining. And he normally has his 2 weeks at home away and spends it with the missus and family, which is pretty cool to see. Phoenix is a max Town Hall 9. That's also Shine Eternals account. You've got Barndo 82, of course, which is my high level Town Hall 9. I've got a level 23 King and a 30 Queen. Judd, so he also owns Boobs and a couple of Town Hall 8s and another account somewhere. DTN new to clan. Zul. Zul is quite a low level Town Hall 9. We'll have a look here. Where are we? Town Hall 9. So Zul's a funny guy. That's one of Jayco's accounts. Actually, I think it's just his second account, where every war he'll sort of smash out the cold-blooded Goho, and he's quite successful with it. It's part of the core reason you see in the war just gone. He did get the 6 stars, along with DTN, who's new to clan as well. But, he smashes them out. Muzza missed his attacks this war, as in getting the 3s, but he's getting into the shattered Golaloons. Pirate 2, we'll have a look at Pirate 2. This is one of the reasons we get pretty good attacks and matchups at times. So Pirate 2, we'll have a look at the base. I don't show bases too often, but Pirate 2, this is his normal farm base. So you see the actual account, 4 Teslas, 4 air defence, but then the rest of it's Town Hall 8 defences. Obviously you've got your complete camps for Town Hall 10, and you've got your spell lab with that 5th spell. So this is what I sort of have deemed a Town Hall 8.5 plus, where yeah, it's got the attack capacity with the extra troop count, it's got the extra spell, and it's upgrading golems at the moment. I think they're 3 or 4 days off. But, I mean, that if you have a look at points-wise, I think that's at 59k, whereas the Town Hall 9s, the medium Town Hall 9s above it. So those are things there. Kimmy's Town Hall 8, but he's going to be going to 8.5. And then we go into our Town Hall 8s. Now, these are interesting as well to have a look at. You can see, let's have a look at Barndo 83. Barndo 83 at a 2-star and a Town Hall 9, as well as the 3-star. And Barndo 83 is quite a shitty looking base, really, in the reality, but that helps to bring that score down for your overall clan. And he's got the dragons and then hogs as well, so you know he's always going to get pretty much two sets of 3s on the Town Hall 8 bases, but then also adds an extra number and scales those points back down, so that's always a nice thing. And you know, pink walls and all these kinds of things, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Town Hall 8 is a bit of a joke at the moment now. I think you'll find more and more clans stop using them. For us, it's our numbers. I'll quite happily throw Town Hall 8s in the game. I still think they've got a bit to offer, and for me, you know, they add the numbers and they get all these guys in. If you can learn to raid at Town Hall 8, then yeah, it sets you up to get into Town Hall 9. Everything gets a lot more complicated at Town Hall 9. So this is Clan Moscow. For any of the guys that watch my regular YouTubes, you'll see I load the account up every now and again. But this is my my points scaler right down. So it's Town Hall 11, a level 7 Warden. He's got max troops along the way there, but a couple of things. So, you know, it doesn't get hogs, hasn't maxed out Valks or anything like that. Things that just don't use. Gives you big attack power versus your lower bases. The biggest problem with that account is the lower heroes with the 20 king and the 22 queen. But this account comes in somewhere at about 44,000, I think, for gold, and your max Town Hall 8s give you, I think it's 54,000. So it's well below a max Town Hall 8 base, but gives you so much attack power that it helps scale your clan back. And yeah, to us it's been one of the big reasons why we've managed to get good matchups along the way, and also scale back some of these other clans like where are we? Warlog. We'll have a look at this one here. I think we did outnumber these guys a fair bit. So we had the 8 Town Hall 11s and 10 bases. These guys had the 5, and then they also had 5 Town Hall 11s and one Town Hall 10. But from there down they were Town Hall 9s. So you see there was obviously quite a simple queue for us. It's never really the aim to get queues that we're just going to smash them, but you've got to be aware in Clan Wars when you're setting up for a random side. If you can do something like this in your clan where you can have an extra account for someone that's not overly important, because it is quite a big sacrifice and it is quite hard to farm up accounts like Pirate, because people are taking maximum loot off him and he's receiving less loot. So it's not an account that you want to get up as far and have to farm every day. Pirate himself only has level 10 king and a 13 queen, and I'm not very active on the farming on it, but you've got the capacity there. That extra spell, that extra troop count just makes a massive difference. And then you also know that you can go and smash out a 2-star on a fairly high Town Hall 10, which does happen. And obviously Clan Mascot I did spend quite a few gems on early on, but then I've farmed him out, and that just gives you all those kinds of options. For things like your organised wars, I wouldn't take Clan Mascot. I still don't know whether many people use things like 8.5s and things like that in a fair play clan. I don't know, in an arranged war I'm a little bit mixed on how I would do it myself, but yeah, that's a bit of an insight into how we build our 25v25s. We are looking to get into the 30s and the 35s, hopefully get less Barndo accounts in there and get some more new guys and some fresh blood. So yeah, it was a good war for us just gone. That will be in my war replays and recaps, and yeah. So other than that, as always, I hope I've offered some kind of help, and clash on.